Hi, I'm Tracy with Martha Stewart Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how to paint in distress using Martha Stewart Crafts Vintage Decor paint and wax. Our Vintage Decor paint is available in a palette of 22 beautiful colors. This paint requires no prep, dries with a matte chalk finish, and can be used to transform almost any surface. To get started, you'll need some Martha Stewart Crafts Vintage Decor paint. I'm using Brook and Sailor Blue, clear and antique wax, a vintage decor brush, and lint-free cloth, and sandpaper. So today I'm going to show you how to paint and distress on a chair that I've been wanting to update for a while. Now before I got started, I made sure to rid my surface of any dirt, dust, and oil by simply wiping it down with a household glass cleaner. And the reason why I use a glass cleaner is because glass cleaners remove oil, while some other cleaners can actually add oil to your surface, and you don't want that. So as you can see, I've already started painting with my first color, the vintage decor paint in this lovely light blue called Brook. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish up this top portion right here. And because our paint is a no prep paint, I can paint directly to the surface with confidence. See how easy that is? Now as I'm painting, I'm going to draw your attention to some of these portions of the chair that are already dry. So I want to show you that it dries to matte chalk finish. And what that means is that it's going to give it its real vintage look and feel. Look how smoothly that goes on. And a little bit of paint goes a really long way. So now that my first coat of color is completely dry, you can actually have the option to stop your project right here and begin sanding and distressing. And what that'll do is allow your original surface to show through your first coat of paint. But what I'm going to show you today is a two-color technique. So what I have here is my second color vintage decor paint in Sailor Blue. And what I'm going to do is just paint it directly to my surface again, just like I did for my first coat, just like that. And the reason why I chose a darker, deeper blue is because it'll make for greater contrast in my distress details later. Now you're really going to want to let your second coat of paint dry fully before you proceed to the next step, so be sure to let your piece rest for about 2 hours. Now for the exciting part, the distressing. My second coat is fully dry, so I'm going to sand my piece to create a naturally time-worn look and feel. So I'm going to start at the front edge right here, and as you can see as I'm sanding, the light blue color is already starting to show through. So now that I finished my distressing, I'm going to wipe down any excess dust with a clean, damp cloth. Doesn't this look amazing? So I'm going to want to seal and protect my painted project with our Vintage Decor clear wax, and I'm going to apply it with a Vintage Decor brush that you can also use a clean cotton cloth. Now if you notice, it's white in the bowl, but it will go on clear. And just as I'm painting it, you can see that it's already starting to work with the paint. It's deepening its color and sealing it and protecting it. Now once the wax is fully cured, it will protect your painted surface from moisture and marring. So you really want to make sure you cover all of your surfaces. After your wax is dry to touch, you can take a clean cotton cloth and buff it to your desired sheen. So now that I finished buffing my clear wax coat, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of an antique effect to my chair with my antique vintage decor wax. So what I'm going to do is use a cotton cloth and apply it to the areas that I wish to highlight. I'm going to go ahead and start right up here in the front. And as you can see, as I apply it, I'm already starting to deepen and darken the color, which creates a lot of depth and interest in my project. As an optional step for added protection, you can paint one more final coat of clear wax and buff to your desired sheen. In about 24 hours, your piece will be ready for gentle use, and it'll reach its full cure in about 7 days. And there you have it, a fun way to transform my chair by painting and distressing with Martha Stewart Crafts vintage decor paints and waxes. Don't you just love the matte chalk finish? To learn more about Martha Stewart Crafts vintage decor paint, visit michaels.com or your local Michaels store.